So we here live watching the actual sights and sounds live. Once it ends, I'll kind of give my thoughts. So, is that it? Start a little late. They start at 9:55, but we gonna take this back real quick and go through it. It's only 3 minutes, but so first thing that I see with this is that shout out to JC. She knows who she is. Shout out to wifey in the chat, man. First thing that I see on this sight and sound, well, the first thing that you see is that it says it's not final. So as I've been saying with every other video, like give this some time to actually like get into this final development. But at the time of this live, um, it is literally less than 3 weeks away. Yeah, a little less than 3 weeks away. Um, shout out to Kirk Herbstreit, uh, one of the legends. I will forever be indebted to Kirk Herbstreit for giving that heartfelt speech about our now former um, school president, Julio Frank. Um, his uh, his speech kind of put us in a position where Frank actually had to start taking football seriously and not just research. Which I mean, granted, it's a college. You want to take research seriously, obviously. But I think let's not forget a lot of the allure about the University of Miami is not from the research program; it's from the football program. So, not saying to abandon research, but being able to speak about it is a big deal. I'll forever be indebted for him for having that speech. That speech was a game changer, and with our new president, things I think are even get better for football. So, once again, shout out everybody in the live, man. Make sure y'all like the live. I hope this audio don't leak through because I'm cooked if it does. I think the cool one of the cool things is like I think how much person now I don't know if it's gonna be all how you say I'm assuming it's gonna be all the same. Like they're not gonna put a lot of details in like making the mascots, but I think it seems right now as if all the mascots have their own personality, which I think is cool. Shout out to that. Fans have good detail. Like I said, right now, just watching this first, I guess technically second watch now, this definitely has a vibe that I'm accustomed to from the old school college football games. So I think it's dope to kind of see all that happening in real time. All right, so about a minute in, 45 seconds in, I haven't seen a single Miami uh, thing yet. Like, not saying they should be in there, right? Because we've underperformed and fallen well below our expectations. But I saw Sam Houston State. Like, are we for real right now? Sam Houston State. But okay. Let's keep going. Yeah, I'm gonna say this right now. The depth that they put into all the pageantry is impressive. The dot in the I at Ohio State, the slapping the banner for Michigan. That was in the old ones. And granted, I didn't play with Michigan a lot, but that was in the old ones. So shout out to them for having that because I think that's cool. Um, but if I don't see them running out that smoke, I'm gonna feel some type of way. I promise you. That's one of my biggest things that I got to see in EA Sports College Football 25 is that you run out the smoke. I would have loved to see a turnover chain. Obviously, that's from a whole different regime that we're not gonna go back on. It would have been cool, but yeah. And as I say that, I go back and they got turnover. So they got North Carolina with a turnover belt. It looks like a turnover championship belt, wrestling belt. So oh, they got that. Was the turnover throne that they try to make? I think Dion made that somewhat popular in Colorado. They got that in the game. So and that turnover train would have went crazy in this. It would have, but it's about bigger goals than that now. We can't be concerned with that. But it seems cool. Like I think it's cool that they got the actual. They got like they brought people in to actually do mocap for all of these celebrations. So that means that they really took into detail. Like, hey, we want to legitimately have people come in and see the things that they are accustomed to seeing at their school in the game. It looks like they spared no they spared no detail, and so I appreciate that. Signs, stuff like that. The Notre Dame play like a champion, running out with the dog for Tennessee. They got the mascots on the push-up boards. That's kind of cool. Ralphie the Buffalo. Yeah, man. And the crazy thing too is that I think when they did this before, like a lot of these things were already in the game. I think that was one of the beauties and the most appealing things about EA Sports College Football or NCAA college football back then was that these things were in there. And I think it was something that people like just looked over because they skipped it. But it's nice to see them going back and actually taking the time to basically redo these things from scratch. This game has been out for over a decade, so things change obviously. Some people they get more or less, more or less of the same types of intros and pageantries and stuff like that. But like I said, it looks like they went back and spun the block and did everything, from scratch, brand new, as if it was I'm dropping stuff. Oh, by the way, we we in here like next coming weeks. Yeah, we doing reviews on our opponents, man, and we'll pull up where we need to, whether it be here or Caneville. We definitely gonna be looking at Miami's upcoming opponents. We're gonna start with Florida. The game is gonna help a lot because the game is gonna give me insight into some guys that I may be not familiar with, which is basically all the teams that we play on my schedule this year. Some guys I got like wind of who I do know is gonna be good, and some I don't. But for the most part, most people are gonna be um, unfamiliar to me. So I got to go back and make sure that hey, so and so is doing this, so and so is doing that. This guy is somebody we gotta look out for. So we'll be doing that, man, whether here or Caneville. Um, Next point, iconic atmospheres. Um, like I was saying before, like a lot of this stuff hasn't changed. Like it's not different per se. It's just more attention to detail. Obviously, next gen consoles. So all this stuff is the stuff that they're gonna take in consideration. Um, but it's good to see them put more emphasis on fan interaction, those cut scenes, because that's what I think was the most iconic part about. Because you don't really see that in Madden per se. You do a little bit, but not to the same extent. But yeah, I think I'm 2 minutes in. I haven't seen a single University of Miami like feature yet. Okay, so Kirk Herbstreit said that they actually partnered with ESPN to pull some of the best audio from certain games they went to, and then they're gonna implement that audio straight into the game, which I think is fire, to make it more authentic. So, an example here they give Michigan at Penn State. Penn State, for some reason, Michigan is ranked lower than Penn State in the screen grab, but Penn State is actually going to. It looks like a big. I'm assuming a big third down. They start playing Mo Bamba and the stadium's rocking. So much so, I think he in this example, I think the clock runs out and he ends up getting a delay of game. So that's gonna be dope. All right, they're talking about Penn State with the all white, Tennessee with the orange and white checker pattern in the different sections. Got it. They got fan sections. Oh, they got guys like who are actually like with their like body paint, all that, which is cool. Like I said, all this stuff is like not to be a dead horse, but these things were what made the game. Like those cut scenes leading to the game, the hearing Kirk and Reese talk before the game, and that was all that stuff was huge. Like it was the intricate details that I think people didn't take into consideration until they didn't have it anymore. And then when it wasn't there anymore, then all of a sudden people cared about it. But regardless, I think this is interesting, man. This is super intriguing. And as I clicked it and paused it, I now see Hard Rock Stadium and the Hurricanes. They're showing the crowd, and it's showing everybody actually throwing up the U and like rocking with the U. So, but I had to get what almost 2.5 minutes in a 3 minute video for that. Yeah, he said team specific hand sign. So you see everybody in the crowd all throwing up the U. Um, it's like at the exact 2 minute 30 second mark. If you go back and spin a block and watch the video, so they got the service academies right after that. Shout out to the service academies, obviously. Um, and they're all dressed in OCPs, which is crazy to think. The last time we had this game, we didn't wear OCPs. The last time we had this game, we had ABUs. Now, most of the military, at least the Army and the Air Force, we were OCPs now. So we've had a uniform change since the last time we had this game, man. But shout out to them. I'm excited for it. UCF and Chris Fowler is showing him. Yeah, so Chris Fowler and Herbstreit actually went through and recorded audio um, at the same time and in separate sessions to be able to just accurately describe certain scenarios, man. So, like I said, all this is gonna be dope, man. I can't wait. Um, yeah, and they give an example of him having a pick too, where a dude from Auburn picks off an extra point and runs it back on Texas A&M to win the game. So it seems like they spared no expense to go through every single scenario that you could possibly think of. Like I said, man, I'm excited, man. It's gonna be one of those things where we really gonna have an opportunity to see firsthand how much depth they put into this game. And um, so yeah, Jesse Palmer, David Pollock, Reese Davis, Kirk Herbstreit, Chris Fowler gonna be leading on your five legends, five staples of college football when it comes to announcing, obviously. Gonna be calling it. So like I said, it's gonna feel just like how it used to, but just for a new generation. You know what I'm saying? New time, new everything. And so I'm looking forward to it, man. And they go into buying a pre-order, all that. Um, like I said, we got that locked in for the hard copy on July 19th. We gonna get that in person. We're not wasting no time. I'm more than likely never playing Madden again. I'm probably not playing Call of Duty again. This is where I'm at, full time, full throttle. If I ain't doing this, I'm probably DJing, man. But hey, we're gonna wrap it up there, man. I appreciate everybody that came into the live, man. If you watch this on playback, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe, man. That's my, as you can see, like live. I wasted no time. I ain't throw a t-shirt on, man. I'm just in the wife beater. You know what I'm saying? So, um, shout out to y'all, man. If you ever wonder if we're gonna be out here struggling, because we got like 15, like not even 15 milliseconds on a 3-minute trailer, man. Understand, man. We good.